This is my AFCON, my kind, where today we've had the opportunity of witnessing the signing on ceremony between the leadership of the Confederation of African Football, led by its president, Dr. Ahmad, and the leadership of AUB, led by its CEO, Mr. Gregoire Njanka. This had to do with the fact that TV rights on the continent were pretty tough, but over the years, AUB has worked really hard to ensure that that gap is bridged. The signing on ceremony took place here, and it will be a very fine opportunity to get over these challenges concerning rights on the continent. The Total African Cup of Nations, also referred to as AFCON, is the main international association football competition in Africa. Its origin dates back to June 1956, when the creation of the Confederation of African Football was proposed during the 3rd FIFA Congress in Lisbon. In Africa, like in any part of the world, we savor every bit of the excitement from our football, as it is broadcast mostly nationwide. But the excitement from the biggest football tournament by African teams and hosted on the African continent is almost all the time threatened by exorbitant right fees requested by some organizers and third-party agencies.
You know, previously it was difficult for us as African broadcasters to get the rights of showing, especially the Africa Cup of Nations.
Why?
Because you would be dealing with people that are far away, in Paris, or in Brussels, or in London. People that had the rights of AFCON. So even negotiations would be a tug of war.
The influx of these sports agencies that control production, distribution, and marketing in the African market complicated the acquisition of sports content for the African TV stations.
The African broadcasters have not had the kind of value that they expect. So yes, we had most of the broadcasters, almost all of them, writing to AUB and informing AUB to do this on behalf of them. So yes, we have all the 44 African countries requesting that they want to acquire the rights through AUB.
Today, African free-to-air TV networks can breathe a sigh of relief as the Confederation of African Football granted the exclusive free-to-air marketing rights to the African Union of Broadcasting.
What I want to announce to you today is the confirmation of my earlier declaration. African football has its place in the commercial domain because we know that in Africa, the market can reap the dividends. And this contract, which we started a few months ago, the collaboration between AUB and CAF has brought us more financial benefit than we ever had from sub-Saharan TV rights. We had a contract before now that only fetched debt, bringing us nothing. Today, we have more than 21 million and also 2.5 million in the recovery of outstanding debts.
Indeed, African football has finally come home. Mr. Abdul-Bar, the CAF TV and Marketing Director, has been talking up this development.
The AUB, the African Union of Broadcasting, who is in charge of doing the commercialization for all the sub-Saharan countries and for the rights regarding the terrestrial free-to-air network. So any TV channel in sub-Saharan country who broadcast on terrestrial and free-to-air has to go through AUB.
In an extraordinary Congress of the African Union of Broadcasting a day before the final of AFCON 2019 in Cairo, members of the Executive Council of AUB confirmed their excitement and contentment with the new CAF-AUB relationship.
We, for the first time in the history of this organization, have been given the mandate by CAF to distribute the broadcasting rights. This is quite an achievement on our part. We have a mandate that spans 2 years and ends next year. And one of the issues that we put as we campaign for positions in this organization was that we are going to ensure that as Africa, we are going to be able to tell our own stories.
With the membership of 40 African countries, the CEO of AUB, Gregoire Njanka, affirms the union's commitment to helping CAF develop football in Africa.
We are the first organization to give a lot of money in Africa, sub-Saharan countries, to CAF, as far as free-to-air is concerned. Before us, nobody did what we did. And if you look the number of countries which broadcast this event, you see that it has seriously increased. It's because we had a network, we had a know-how, and we use it for help CAF to develop football.
And for the first time in the history of the AFCON, the AUB and CAF granted the broadcast rights of AFCON 2019 to 5 deprived African countries, free of charge.